I'm up. I'm up. It's fine. Good morning. It is day one of the reading rush. As you guys would have seen, I have already finished my first book of the day. I wanted to start out my week as strong as possible because I'm working Monday through Wednesday. So I just wanted to start out with a bang, feel really accomplished because I'm not going to have quite as much time to read, especially considering I'm planning on doing daily vlogs. So a lot of my time is going to go into editing and work. So I decided to start my Monday morning by hopping outside, enjoying a nice cup of tea, and reading Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Rift Part 1. Book number 1 of the reading rush done. This is the book I chose for the challenge to read a book whose cover matches your birthstone, and technically this will also work for the challenge to read a book completely outside. As you saw, I went and sat on my balcony in my little chair and spent 15-20 minutes reading it, and it was completely outside in one sitting. Right off the bat, feeling really good. In terms of the reading vlog challenges, I've made myself a cup of tea in my vlog, and I also decided to match my outfit for the day with Avatar. Just going with the blue theme here, and I'm feeling really good. For those of you who didn't see my July TBR video where I talk about the books I'm planning on reading during the reading rush, I just wanted to take a quick moment to tell you about all the books I'm hoping to read. So obviously we have Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Rift Part 1. I also have parts 2 and 3. These don't really work for challenges, but I just wanted to add these to the list because I would like to read these as soon as possible. I also have The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. This is also my book club pick, so I will be doing a live show on Sunday to discuss The City We Became, so I must read this week, so it's going to be a top priority. We have Binti the Night Masquerade by Nnedi Okorafor, With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. So this is one of the books I'm hoping to listen to on audio, and it will either be this or The Poet X. Haven't decided, but I should probably decide this morning so I can start listening to one of them. And then I don't have physical copies of these, but I do have A Delicate Affair. It's also The Sun Is Also a Star. This one is going to be for the challenge to read a book when you've already watched the movie adaptation. I haven't had a chance to watch the movie adaptation yet, so at some point during the week I will be watching the movie and then reading the book. I think those are all of the books on my TBR, but I have to go to work now. I'm very excited for the reading rush. I hope you guys are too. So I was going to see which audiobooks were available between The Poet X and With the Fire on High, but none of her books came up on Scribd or through my library. On Audible, I only have With the Fire on High, so I guess that's what I'm going to be listening to. God damn, that whipped cream got everywhere. No judging, okay? But I'm eating a lemon tart for breakfast. There's fruit. Alex and I spent most of yesterday making lemon tarts, and it's so delicious. Totally a balanced breakfast. Damn, it's good. But With the Fire on High is finished downloading, so I'm going to start listening to that while I'm getting a few things done today.
This is Audible. Hotkey Books presents With the Fire on High, written and read by Elizabeth Acevedo.
It is almost 10 o'clock at night, and I'm gonna get ready for bed because I'm tired. So I finished editing this video up until this point, and going back through the footage, I realized something mortifying. So, do you remember this sound? I didn't realize it at the time, but when I opened this, the book completely, almost completely separated from the cover, which makes me so sad. I didn't open it hard. This binding just came clean off. So this is absolutely painful. I will do my best to reattach it. Today has been a pretty good day. I'm going to settle in and start reading The City We Became tonight, because this is definitely #1 priority for the week since I have it for book club. I'm very excited to dive into that. I need to find my annotation thingies. I tidied up and put them somewhere. It's fine. I'll find them eventually. I have so far done 2 of the 3 reading vlog challenges, which means it's a story time. I'm going to tell you about one of my favorite book stories, book memories, bookish things. I have a few favorite bookish stories. Most of them seem to be from like primary school aged, but one has to do with a particular author. Growing up, I was a huge fan of Emily Rodda. She wrote the Rowan of Rin series and also the Deltora Quest series, and I have some very vivid memories of reading the Rowan of Rin series. This was definitely one of my favorites back in the day, not just because I enjoyed the story and I remember really loving it, but also after reading the first book in this series, I was so inspired to write, and this is the first memory I really have of ever wanting to write. Not necessarily something I wanted to do as a career, but just generally something I wanted to give a go because I thought it would be fun. So I remember reading Rowan of Rin and then hopping onto the computer and starting to write my own story, which was essentially a carbon copy of Rowan of Rin. How old would I have been at this stage? Maybe 9? Maybe 10? I just remember opening up Word doc, starting to write my story. It was Rowan of Rin basically, and saving it onto a blue floppy disk. And I treasured it and hid it so no one else would find it because I was very embarrassed. But I just remember like formatting the page and having a good time with like the borders. Do you remember the Word doc borders? Oof, primary school was a time. But kind of linked to this, another fun memory I have is when I was in year 6, I think. I did this kind of program. I can't remember what it was. I just remember we went to a different school and spent, I think, a week doing a bunch of really cool courses and classes. Well, most of them were cool. I'm pretty sure we had to dissect an eyeball and I was not okay with that. But part of this course was a creative writing segment, and we had a guest author come in to do a little bit of a talk, talking about their experience writing, tips and tricks, all that fun stuff. And it was Emily Rodda. And part of, I guess, my homework for it was to then go away and write a short story, give it to my teacher, and she would send it off to Emily Rodda, who would read it and then give us feedback. So that was very, very cool. My 11-year-old self was ecstatic by the feedback I received. I received a great review, though it was an 11-year-old's story that was also very heavily inspired by a different story. I think it was one of Tamora Pierce's series, Wild Magic. Anyway, I was very much inspired by something else. So those are some very fond memories. Double whammy, 2 in 1 for you today. I think I'm gonna wrap up this vlog for the evening. How have I done page-wise so far? That is the question. First up, I read Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Rift Part 1 in its entirety. So this is part 1 of 3 for this story arc. And this is 77 pages long. So far I've listened to about an hour's worth of With the Fire on High, which brings me to 59 pages. So in terms of page count, not the highest, but I'm feeling very accomplished in that I've already read my first book, completed all the reading vlog challenges amidst working for the day, and then also editing 2 videos. I'll update you guys tomorrow on how I end up doing reading for the rest of the evening with The City We Became. Very excited to get into this. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, the first of hopefully 7 Reading Rush daily vlogs. I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 2, and I guess I'll talk to you guys in the comments. Bye!